All right, let's talk about the new Anthropic's pricing for Claude Code. You still have three tiers. One is free for $0, Pro for $17, Max for $100. If you want to get any meaningful usage, I would say go for the $100 or $200 plan. $100 is 5x more than Pro, $200 is 20x more than Pro. But if it's super light usage, you can make do with the Pro plans. Now, what's new with the current rate limits? Every plan has its own limit on the number of messages you can send. So if you're on a pro plan, it's 45 messages for a 5 hour window. So let's say if you are beyond the 45 messages, the 46 messages throttled. However, after reading the docs, at some point it also said max plan switches to 20% of your rate limit when certain usage thresholds are reached. I'm not sure if this is the 5 hour usage threshold or if they are spreading it based on the usage in the sense that let's say you reach your limit within 1 hour, so would they just try to reduce it much before so that over the course of 5 hours you won't be throttled? Anyways, something that I need to find out. But for now, let's keep it simple and let's assume this is the case. Now, for the max plan, the $100 plan, that's 5 times more than the pro plan. The 5 hour window is like 225 messages, and after that, it will be throttled. So let's say you work between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you have 45 messages here in the pro plan. It resets after 2, and you get a 45 messages again. Same goes for the next 5 hour window. And the same happens here, and here, and here. Now, for the 20x plan, it is approximately 900 messages. But even there's a slight confusion here. It says average users can send approximately nine messages or approximately 200 to 800 prompts for every 5 hours. Now, how it calculates the messages versus the prompts is a bit tricky because it's based on the length of the message, the file size uploaded, features used, so on and so forth. Also, you need to notice that Opus 4, if you're using the Opus 4 model, its limits are reached 5 times faster. So it's a lot of calculations. I hope they at least offer some generous amount of tier. I'm yet to use it. So those, if you have used it, do let me know. But this is how the 5 hour windows are calculated. Now, those who have been using this for a while now, you must have had a ton of fun. But those who are coming in next, be prepared for all the limits that's going on. However, everyone on all these plans have access to Sonnet 4 and Opus 4, and the context window per chat is 200K. So that is not changing, so that is good. It's just that if you're planning to do a lot or a lot of work, you might end up paying much more. And there's also an on-demand payment, which I wouldn't opt in because who knows how much I'll end up paying. So I'd keep it at a hard limit of whatever plan I choose. There's also some best practices they added somewhere here. So how you can do it is like start a new conversation for each topic because remember the length of the message is adding to how much messages adding towards the count that's reset in 5 hours. So batch related questions together, so on and so forth. So you can go to this link and you can find all the points. But overall, I do understand Anthropic's stand. They are burning a lot of GPUs and it's costing a lot for them, but also you cannot have customers be given a really generous plan and then walk back on it. And yet here we are. Regardless, I believe that these are still generous plans because 225 messages in a 4 hour window is very hard to reach. And I believe they also had some weekly and monthly limits. For regular users, this should be more than sufficient unless you're running crazy amounts of workload. So yeah, let me know what do you think about the new pricing plans.